This is Skye with FNN-Feminist News Network, the feminist news that's right for you. Welcome to Skye in the Pagoda Room, giving you that soulful news you need, yes indeed. And what do I want to talk to you about today? Ilhan Omar and the Women in Defense of Ilhan Omar, hashtag I stand with Ilhan. Alright, yeah. So, why do I stand with Ilhan along with the women that were there Tuesday on April the 30th to be in defense of Ilhan Omar? Because the man occupying the White House, and that's the only way they mention him at the event, has deservedly needs to be reprimanded for trying to incite hate and harm toward her with his racist remarks. We are in an era of hate, people. And in this era of hate, we have people that are trying to harshly discriminate. That's why I'm wearing my rainbow hijab today, standing with Ilhan Omar. So let's take a look at the coverage, of course, from Democracy Now! On Ilhan Omar and the women that were there: Angela Davis, Barbara Ramsby, Reverend Tracy Blackman, Elon Presley, and Rashida Tlaib. No, AOC was not there. So let's take a look at the highlights of the event, then discuss. All right.
I had to come here to lend my voice in solidarity. Yeah, I happen to be a congresswoman, but before all commas and titles, I'm a black woman. And Ilhan is my sister. I am changing the things I can no longer accept. And from R. Kelly to Donald Trump, what we can no longer accept is the silencing of black women. This is the reckoning. This is us assuming our rightful place as the table shakers, as the truth tellers, as the justice seekers, as the preservers of democracy. We are demanding that you trust black women, that you see black women, that you believe black women, and honor us for the role that we have played as healers and preservers of this democracy and this nation.
Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib. You know, I grew up in the most beautiful blackest city in the country, in the city of Detroit. And many of my teachers,
I know that's right.
My mothers on the block, all of them accepted me as a Palestinian woman, as a woman that understood through the lens of my ancestors, through the lens of my living grandmother in the West Bank and the occupied territories of Palestine. They knew what I meant when I talked about the pain of oppression or the pain of feeling less than. Hands off of the women of color that serve in the United States Congress. Not only do we look differently, but we serve and we fight differently. And it also means that we talk differently. It's also that we are allowed to be angry in this country. Angela Davis.
I know that's right.
It is about time that we stepped up to defend those who represent our political vision on the front lines of struggle.
True.
As the attack against Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, while it is clearly directed at her as an individual, is also designed to dissuade all of us from speaking out on issues that are considered controversial. And the numerous threats of assassination from white nationalists and their supporters are a way of sending messages to other black women, to all who hold radical and progressive political views, that they too can be made into targets of vitriolic, violent racism. Be quiet, or you will suffer the fate of Ilhan Omar. That is the message. But we do not heed that message. We refuse to be quiet.
I was born as a very liberated human being to a country that was colonized, that recognized that they can colonize the land, but they can't colonize your mind. To people who recognized that all of us deserve dignity, and that no human being was ever going to tell you that you were less than them.
Yes.
Of recognizing that they might be more powerful than you are, that they might have more technology than you have. They might think that they are wiser than you. They might control all of the institutions. But you control your mind,
that's right.
and that is what sets you free.
That's right.
So a sister of mine on TV said, the thing that upsets the occupant of the White House,
Very true. Very true.
his coons in the Republican Party, many of our colleagues in the Democratic Party, is that they can't stand, they cannot stand that a refugee, a black woman, an immigrant, a Muslim shows up in Congress thinking she's equal to them.
Very true. Very true.
But I say to them, how else did you expect me to show up? So here's the reality. I tell people every single day, I have a certificate that everyone else has hanged in their offices in Congress. The same exact certificate of election. But I got more people who voted for me and sent me here than 428 of them. So when they say, who does she think she is? When they say, who does she think she is? I am the one that the people sent to be a voice for them.
I know that's right.
So we have to always recognize that one marginalized voice represents many marginalized voices.
Very true.
But I don't only represent one marginalized voice. Because in this country, being black is enough of being marginalized. But I also happen to be a woman. That's a second marginalization. I happen to be a Muslim. And I also happen to be a refugee and an immigrant from what they call one of the shithole countries. The reality is that shithole country raised a very proud, dignified person.
Very true. Very true.
Our circumstances might not always be perfect, but that doesn't lessen our humanity. And I am not in the business of defending mine. So when this occupant of the White House chooses to attack me, we know that attack isn't for Ilhan. That attack is the continuation of the attacks that he's leveled against women, against people of color, against immigrants, against refugees, and certainly against Muslims. And we are collectively saying, your vile attacks, your demented views are not welcome here. This is not going to be the country of the xenophobics. This is not going to be the country of white people. This is not going to be the country of the few. This is the country of the many. This is a country that was founded This is the country that was founded on the history of Native American genocide, on the backs of black slaves, but also by immigrants. And so as much as we need to remedy the history that we continue to neglect, we also must recognize that every liberty that we enjoy here, every single progress we get to celebrate, came about because immigrants participated.
I know that. So they said some very profound things. And black women are harshly treated more so than any other race or gender in America. And we're the most held back. While others can see themselves advance, even move forward, as most women of color are held back. That is not right. And yes, she was right when she said that they are holding her back and don't want to say what they need to say, which is she is equal to me when it comes to this Congress. Because she had over 428 other people underneath her in regards to votes in winning their elections. She said that. She came with a strong constituency and a major win when coming in to the Congress. And the people in Congress backs what she says, and it seems like a lot of people don't want to give Ilhan the respect she deserves for being the one to create and start the conversation in regards to Venezuelan coup in Israel and AIPAC. Now, Beto O'Rourke is calling Netanyahu a racist. Now, nobody that is running for the 2020 Democratic presidential side even went to AIPAC. So, Ilhan Omar has created a strong, badass, kick-ass woman approach to politics. And there's nothing wrong with that. And if you agree, leave comments below and let me know. And you can always contact me at FeministNewsN@gmail.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And don't forget to tell your friends and share so they can always know that there's independent indie news that's soulful for you out there. Alright. Now, I'm on Patreon if you care to donate. It's Feminist News Network, PayPal me, and it's Feminist News Network, Facebook, and Soulful Progressive on Twitter. Yeah. And the rant of the day on Blogger. Feminist News Network, that is. Alright, so in this era of hate, we can not only discriminate, but stand up against hate and stand with Ilhan Omar. I know that's right. Black women stand with Ilhan Omar. I know that's right. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining. Peace. Oh, if you hang around for the ending, you know what I realized? I really like her. She's real sassy, right? She has the same birthday as me. Not the year, the day. Maybe that's why we're two sassy, soulful sisters. All right. Peace.